Hi everyone, I'm Julie with stampingala.com, and I'm here to show you today how to create this card featuring our Wild About Flowers stamp set. This is a two-step stamp set, which means that you have to stamp the image twice, the stems separate from the flowers, to create the image. To get started, we're going to take a piece of shimmery white cardstock and our first image, which is this part of the flower here, and secondly we'll be using these flowers. We're going to use Pear Pizzazz ink and ink this up. But before I do that, it is a photopolymer stamp set, so I recommend using a Stampin' Pierce mat to get the best image, and I use a piece of scratch paper on top. We'll ink this up, stamp it over to the left, and then we're going to stamp it again without re-inking. And we'll just drop it a little bit lower. Now to get the flowers, we're going to use this stamp, and this little bud right here we want to place inside this little V. Once you do that, all the other flowers will fall in place. Again, ink this up. Place that in the little V, stamp. We'll pick up the stamp and redo it without re-inking. There you go. It looks pretty good. I'm going to bring in a piece of Melon Mambo and adhere this to the cardstock. We'll set this aside and then we'll complete the rest of the card. I'll have all of my dimensions on my blog at www.stampingala.com. Okay, so here's the base of the card, and we're going to fold it right in half. I'll bring in our first couple of layers, which I did off camera. I have another piece of Melon Mambo and a piece of Very Vanilla, which I ran through the Big Shot with a softly falling embossing folder. Now, since this embossing folder is a 6x6, you want to make sure you have the cardstock going in the right direction. All right, we'll snail this together. And then again to the card. All right. I'm going to bring in a piece of our Melon Mambo ribbon and tie a bow around the focal point of the card. And I'll trim the edges up just a little bit. We'll add some dimensionals to the back of this. I'm not going to take the tops off. I'll just leave this on until I'm ready so it doesn't stick to the table. I like to put one in the middle so it doesn't sink in the center. Then I'm going to show you a little accent that I did. If you can see these leaves right here, that's from our Rose Garden framelit set. And all I did was took a couple of pieces of Pear Pizzazz scrap, and we're going to run it through the Big Shot with these 3 leaves, and then again with this leaf in the corner. Okay? Also, while you're at the Big Shot, you're going to take our 4th largest framelit from the Lots of Labels collection, and you'll just run the top of it. I actually did this off camera. So we have these pieces here. All right. What you're going to do then is just carefully cut this apart. And you don't have to be too careful because your ribbon will hide it. And we're not going to use all the pieces. Okay, and then this piece you can actually cut in half as well and save the other half for another card. Okay, bringing back in the card base and also our image, we're going to take the dimensional tops off. Also, I do have a newsletter and a blog, so if you would like to receive free tutorials weekly, all you need to do is head over to my blog and subscribe to my blog and my newsletter. Once you do that, you'll get a confirming email, and you must click on the link to complete the subscription. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'll just add some adhesive to the back of the leaf and slide this in. We'll put more adhesive on the next one and kind of position this. It just gives it a nice touch. I'm going to trim this off just a little bit. Add some more adhesive to the bottom and connect the leaves together. So we have that much done. I am going to trim just a little bit more off of this label. Add some adhesive. And another added touch, you could run this through the Big Shot to give it some texture. If I were doing this off camera, I'd probably do that. Okay, now we're going to add a few pearls. And if you'd like, you could add some dazzling diamonds as well. I'm not going to do that on the video though today. Now, to complete the look, on the inside of the card, I stamped the image again, added some designer series paper and some baker's twine. So again, we'll pull in our Stampin' Pierce mat. Ink up our image. This time we're only going to stamp the image once and not have a shadow effect. We'll ink up the second stamp and again place it right in the V. There you go. We'll add some snail to the back of our designer series paper. Try to line this up as close as you can to the bottom and the sides. Attach this. We're going to add a little bit of baker's twine for the inside. For those of you that follow my blog, you'll probably notice that I have bows on just about everything. Okay, we're just about done. Bring back in the card. And I do like to always have a matching envelope. Stampin' Up! Is doing away with our envelope liners. They come 3 to a pack for the 3 different sizes that we carried. But this is your finished card. I think this adds a nice touch, and it is retiring at the end of May. So if you'd like to purchase this, head over to my online store. And any online purchase always receives a free tutorial from me. Again, my blog is www.stampingala.com. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.